Right. Right. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Listen. This is why the undefeated, two-division, former undisputed, former WBC junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Devin the Dream Haney, needs to be appreciated in the sport of boxing. Now, he gets a lot of disdain. He gets a lot of hate, a lot of unappreciative, because Devin Haney wants to fight your favorite fighter. And the thing about it is, he's been on this time for years. And it goes unappreciated. You just don't appreciate the best wanting to fight the best. Shout out to BFTB Boxing. People just don't appreciate the best wanting to fight the best. So here you have Devin Haney, 32 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. 26 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. Devin Haney, people frowned upon the performance that he did and had against a unified Mexican superstar, former world champion, and Jose Ramirez. And let me say this. Devin Haney was out the ring for a year. Devin Haney had that situation that took place with Ryan Garcia where we know Ryan Garcia was on performance enhancers. That's not a question anymore. That's not up for debate. He got suspended. He had to pay a fine. And he looked completely different on the same night Devin Haney came back against Rolando Rolly Romero. And he lost. He got dropped in the second round and then he lost. Right? So that's not debatable. So everybody gives Ryan Garcia a pass and say Ryan Garcia was out the ring for a year. But Devin Haney was out the ring for a year. And he was the victim in the situation with Ryan Garcia. Nonetheless, I got more breaking news. Now, see, we were supposed to get Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney in October. They was featured on the same card. Devin Haney conceded to allow Ryan Garcia to be the main event. Right? On the card with 3 of the 4 kings. Ryan, Dev, Teofimo. Right? Teo opened up against Arnold Barboza. Devin was the second fight on the televised version against Jose Ramirez. That you had guys like Gabe Rosado said that they was going to knock out Devin Haney. And then everybody says that Devin Haney was running. Well, isn't it Jose Ramirez's job to cut the ring off? Last time I checked, it was his job to cut the ring off. If he don't have the ability and the skill set to cut the ring off, how is that Devin Haney's problem? That's for another story. Nonetheless, he wins every single round. Ryan fights in the main event, gets dropped in the second round, looks like a shell of himself, and loses to Rolly. That was a cherry pick going wrong. Let's be real here. Now, we may have underestimated Rolly, or is it that people are overstating Rolly right now because of his performance with Ryan Garcia? Nonetheless, after all of that, Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya, they don't want the rematch in October. They don't want the rematch in October. So Devin Haney says, give me the next best option. Who is that, might you add? You got it, Teofimo Lopez, who looked great against Arnold Barboza, in my opinion. He came out unscathed. He won every single round. People said Teofimo Lopez was running. It is what it is. It's Arnold Barboza's job to cut the ring off. So guess what I just got the news of? You will get an announcement that Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, along with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, is closing a deal to face off against one another. Bang! How could you not appreciate Devin Haney chasing down the best? How could you not appreciate that? Coming off a year layoff, suffering the punishment he took against Ryan. We know Ryan was on performance enhancers. He got up 3 times and made it to the final round. Found out he was the victim of somebody cheating him. Come back off a year. Fights Jose Ramirez that Gabe Rosado and many other people said that that's a mistake. Mikey Garcia. They all said that was a mistake, that Jose Ramirez was going to knock him out. He didn't knock him out. He got outboxed. And if Devin Haney was so inactive in the fight, then why did Jose Ramirez knock him out? Nonetheless, he signed and agreed to fight Ryan Garcia in October in the rematch, right? And then Ryan Garcia pulls out the rematch. Understandable. I don't understand it, but okay. It is what it is, right? But then Devin says, give me Teofimo Lopez. How could you not appreciate? Listen, they may have forgot. I didn't. So let me give y'all a little history lesson, okay? Y'all might have forgotten. But Devin Haney came into the division at 135 trying to chase down Mikey Garcia, Robert Easter, Adrian Broner. Okay? Chasing them down. Javier Fortuna. We ain't forget about Javier Fortuna. Right? Whether y'all felt like he was ready or not, these are the guys he was looking to chase down. Chasing down Lomachenko. Putting himself in position to be the mandatory. Right? That's a generation ahead of him that's behind us now. Broner, Robert Easter, Mikey Garcia, they all retired. He's been chasing them down. He's only 26. To become undisputed. Teofimo Lopez could afford him to become undisputed. But he'd rather just consider himself undisputed than making himself officially undisputed by beating Devin Haney. Right? Still call himself undisputed. But guess what? Devin Haney was chasing Teo down. Got the Lomachenko fight. Went up to 140 and fought Regis Prograis. Remember, Regis only lost to Josh Taylor. And Tank didn't want to fight Regis Prograis. Remember? He went to 140 and fought Mario Barrios, the regular champion. Now I know because of Mario Barrios' height and range that everybody said, well, Tank was daring to be great, seeing as though he came from 130. Cool. But here, Devin Haney fights Ryan Garcia. Remember, after fighting Regis, he tried to fight Tank. That's when Tank was dancing in the dark and was like Bill and Turki Al-Sheikh and Eddie Hearn. They didn't know how to get in contact with Al Heyman. Remember, he was dancing in the dark. You don't know who to get in contact with when they was trying to make a deal to fight Tank. And then the fans was like, hey, Tank ain't got to go with Turki Al-Sheikh. He ain't got to deal with Eddie Hearn. Remember that? That was after Regis. Then he said, give me Teofimo Lopez. Then remember Bob Arum came out and said that Teofimo Lopez is playing games because he was trying to get out the contract, but he stuck with us. Then he moved on to the situation with the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman at 140. That loss. Right? And he didn't want to make him a deal. He didn't want to accept the deal. So guess what? Devin moved on. Ryan raised his hand and said, I need to fight Devin. Then Devin said, let's make it happen. He fought Ryan. We know the debacle that took place. He fought Ryan, came back, fought Jose Ramirez, then looking to fight Ryan again. Ryan pulls out, and guess what? He fighting Teofimo Lopez. I told y'all, Jerron Boots Ennis is in a position where he has to fight Brian Norman Jr. because the WBA is going to strip him. If he try to fight Teofimo Lopez, which that's the direction they're going in, because Teofimo Lopez wants to go in that direction because he's in a win-win situation. If he loses to Boots, he was supposed to lose. If he wins, he's daring to be great, and he won. He did the unthinkable. He beat the Phenom. Right? So there's no pressure. He's in a win-win situation. Outside of him calling for the fight, there's no pressure for him. There's no pressure for him to fight if he fights Jaron Ennis. Nobody outside of Timothy Bradley, how many people think that he can actually beat Jaron Boots Ennis? People gonna feel like Jaron Ennis is the one that's in a lose-lose situation. He beat T.O. he was supposed to. It's similar to Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia's situation. People don't give Errol Spence credit for beating Mikey Garcia. When you think of Errol Spence's wins, nobody goes to Mikey Garcia is the fifth at best. You're gonna talk about Ugas, you're gonna talk about Crawford, Sean Porter, Kell Brook. You're gonna go down the line before you get to Mikey Garcia. As if Mikey Garcia wasn't a 4-division champion and a first ballot Hall of Famer. And undefeated in top 5 on the pound-for-pound list. But nobody goes to that because guess what? Mikey Garcia was in a win-win situation and Errol Spence was in a lose-lose situation. It's the same thing. So T.O., there's no pressure. There's no pressure. Right? And he already lost to Kambosos, who Devin Haney went to Australia twice and beat Kambosos. Came back and beat Lomachenko. Right? So therefore, there's no pressure. So now Devin Haney says, give me Teofimo Lopez. And remember Boxing News 24 disrespecting Bill Haney, father, trainer, and manager of Devin Haney? Talking about Bill is desperate, trying to steal a real fight away from T.O. A real fight. T.O. did all that talking about black people, right? How black people are monkeys, N-word, N-I-G-G-E-R, tried to switch it and say, no, I didn't say N-I-G-G-E-R, I said liquor. Man, come on, man. We know what you said. We heard what you said, bro. Right? And everybody, listen, if Devin Haney wants to be a pure boxer and move around the ring, it's your job to stop him. Listen, it's no different what Sugar Ray Leonard did against Roberto Duran in the second fight. Huh? I don't get it. Y'all forgot what Oscar De La Hoya did in the last 3 rounds against Tito Trinidad? Because I didn't. He ain't throwing no punches. Watch the last 3 rounds of Oscar and Trinidad. Right? So, listen. This is huge news. It's not breaking news. It's huge news. So, Turki Al-Sheikh source has just told me and confirmed to me that they trying to get the deal done today with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, and they got him on the hook. And Turki is trying to finalize it today. Great news. Great news. It's great news. It's a big fight for both guys. I'm just saying, put some respect on Devin Haney's name. You got to put respect on Devin Haney's name. Bro, 26 years old and trying to fight the best there is. Throughout whatever division, 35, 40, and 47. Come on, man. Put respect on that man's name, man. Let's get it. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. It's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Peace.